Hello, this is Dwight Norris of fishingatwork.com here on a Monday morning in June. And today I'm going to talk to you about lunch. Now, when you're fishing at work, you're usually fishing at lunch. Now, you're probably thought about, what's this guy talking about? Fishing at work during lunch? I gotta eat, man. I'm starving. Everything's packed. All the good restaurants are filled up. I gotta do a reservation. I have to go early. I have to go maybe I have to go eat lunch later just so I can avoid the lines. That's what I do most of the time if I'm going to eat at a restaurant. But if you're planning on fishing that day, you have to think a little bit differently. You have to think about, one, how hungry you are. Two, what do you really want to eat that day? And three, how do you want to eat it? So basically, this starts with preparation. The day beforehand, you should think, what am I feeling that I want to eat tomorrow? Maybe I'm feeling like a sandwich. So you get everything you need. You get the ham, you get the mayonnaise, etc., etc., etc. You make the sandwich. You do it like you're back in school. Plastic bag, throw everything in there. Get your fruit, get your vegetables, something healthy, something clean. But most importantly, it needs to be something that you can carry easily while you're on the move to wherever you're going, however you're going. Say you're walking, you need something that can fit in your backpack. Sandwiches work well, subs work well. You know, you can almost bring anything, like, potato salad or something, that's fine. Now, if you're bringing some kind of like a sauce or something, it should be pre-packaged. You don't want to put something like in like a soft plastic bag that's flowing around. It might get it might leak out, it might get too hot, and the bag will expand. Nobody really thinks about that. Usually that's a problem you only have on like airlines where it's depressurized. But in general, you can really eat anything that you don't have to heat up. Now, if you have some kind of like cold chicken and you want to heat it up and stuff like that, that's going to be a little rough. So I prefer to stay with cold things, or things that are supposed to be eaten cold. You can eat cold chicken if you want. Me, preferably, I like to have it heated. So, in light of this, if you do work at a place which has a microwave, you could heat this stuff up and put it in a hard container, a hard travel device, and still have it heated up and ready to go while you're on the move. Most of your food will be eaten while you're at your location. You could do a variety of things, but more or less you want to not actually eat at your job, because once you're eating at your job, they figure you're taking up your time and your clock has started. So you don't want your clock to start until after you leave. So how do you maximize your time and eat as well? Well, one of the things you can do is eat while you're fishing. If you're doing live bait and you have the thing set up and you throw it out there and you're waiting, it's a perfect time to eat. And you just kind of wait for the bite. If you're working with lures, or you're doing something more like intrinsic, like you're trying to blow up an inflatable raft, eating is really a second priority. There really isn't that much time to waste doing that. But if you have travel time and you don't need to use your hands as much, let's say you're driving a car, perfect time to have your sandwich or a drink, or pop some food in your mouth to survive. But it would be best if you weren't truly starving the day you wanted to go fishing. Now, if the day you want to go fishing is every day, like everybody I know, you're gonna have to accept that. In general, you have to make a decision of what you want to do. What's more important, fishing or stuffing your face? You only need a certain amount of food for a certain amount of time. If you have extenuating factors and you can't get home within a period of time and get something else to eat before you feel like you're about to eat a horse, then your priority will change. But for the most part, a small, quick, fast meal that's easily portable and doesn't need to be heated and can be transported easily is the best thing to do. That's why I promote that. So for those lunches, which I would think it wouldn't be every day, you would have a sandwich or you know, some kind of portable stuff like a potato salad. I keep using that for some reason. Maybe I want a potato salad right now. Yes, that wouldn't sound bad, but I'm not gonna get one. And you know, there's snacks. You can hold. There's like the bars. If you want, like, you know, maybe you're trying to bodybuild or something, and you want like a protein shake, throw that in the bottle. Have their extra bars. Have like a, you know, it's really whatever you want. Really, the only real problem is, one, the size of the meal you're eating, and two, if it needs to be heated, because those would require extra efforts like using a microwave. So what else do we need to think about when we're eating our lunch while we're fishing? The one thing you want to think about is using artificial lures while you're doing this. So let's say you have to skedaddle and you have your sandwich, you have your grapes, and you have like a drink, and you're running there. You finally get to the fishing hole, you get set up, and you start casting, and you're like, oh man, I'm starving. I'm gonna eat this sandwich and cast and reel at the same time. Here's a little technique. Do a couple casts, see if the fish are biting, and decide if you want to move to another spot, you know, a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right, other side of the lake or wherever you are. And then during that travel time or wait time in between, you take a couple bites of your sandwich, you eat a couple grapes, and you take a sip of soda, and then you start again. So this technique is called eating while you're fishing, and a lot of people do this. It's not new or anything. You'll see old pictures from back in the 50s of people sitting on the shoreline with the barbers in the water and a sandwich next to them, and they cast, they wait a little while, they catch a fish, they let it go, take a little bite of the sandwich. That takes, you know, 30 seconds or less. Then they go back to fishing, and it's almost seamless. After a while, you don't have to think about it. It's just what you do, and that, I believe, is probably the best way to fish if you're not traveling like I do. I sometimes eat while I'm walking to the location, which is 10 minutes for me, the closest location, the Charles River. And while I'm walking, I'll eat my sandwich, I'll eat my grapes, and I'll drink some soda. And I may or may not fish by the time I get there, but I have time to eat it on the way back, and I have time to eat it while I'm fishing. So with all that time, you know, all the time, you're gonna get something to eat, you're gonna get nourishment, and you're not gonna be starving, and you'll get your fishing in, and you'll be at work. Isn't life grand? You can have it all. Yes, it's possible. You should think about things like this. Don't just, you know, throw it off. Oh man, I can't fish today, I gotta go to work. There's always possibilities. There's always things you can change. The environment changes, things change. You can change. And when you change, you can change everything. So, get out there and go fishing while you eat.